my lovely Virgo. Welcome to your reading for February 2023. Hope this reading finds you well. This is a general reading for you, Virgo. It's a reading for Virgo sun, rising and moon sign. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book that reading from there. That will be specific to you. My lovely Virgos, thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, giving me a thumbs up and supporting my channel. Really appreciate all of you. So let's get on with your reading for February. Your channeled message, what's coming through? What are my guides saying to me? You know, I've been sort of sitting here meditating, seeing what comes through and trying to sort of sort it through, making sense. But I feel like time is really important for you this month. It's not about squandering it, they're telling me here. It's not about, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to sort of sit around. Don't waste time. It's about being active. It's about getting things done. It's about sorting out what you're wanting, where you're wanting to head, and what you're needing to put in place to do that. So it's not an energy of, oh, I think I'll just, you know, go for a walk or sit around. Or this is a time for effort. This is a time for laying down plans. This is a time for making the changes that you're wanting to make moving forward. So time it plays a significant role for you. Really important. I also want to say to you that I feel like what they're saying to me here. Let me sort of. It's about watching your anxiety, watching that, because I'm just feeling like, oh, I've got heart palpitations. Oh, you know, what am I anxious about? Being mindful of your anxiety levels, being mindful of the nervousness, the fear of doing something differently, the fear of taking on a challenge, the fear of biting off more than you can chew. It's about really moving towards your heart's desire, moving towards the lifestyle you want to create, move towards those challenges that are there for you. Really important this month. It's also about living in the now, not living in, you know, what's going to happen in March, April, May. Let's worry about now, right now, and see what we can do about that. I've just drawn a card from the Divine Animal Oracle deck while I've been speaking to you, channeling your message. Best time to have these cards come out. Wow, you've got the gorilla, silverback gorilla. That's interesting. What am I getting from this? It's about peace. The gorilla's about peace. What a force to contend with. You know, the gorilla is a huge, huge animal, very, very powerful. But it's about sitting still, contemplating. There's an umbrella over the gorilla, and that to me is protection, divine protection. So you are protected. You are going to be guided. You're not left on your own. There is guidance for you. There's also, can you see that? There's another planet there. There's another planet which the gorilla's looking at. Do you know, that's so interesting? Because there's a shield. Let me look at this. There's a shield. Now I saw that as an umbrella as well, but it's the planet. That's a spear. Isn't that interesting? Because what I'm seeing is an umbrella. Do you see that? There's a shield, but it's actually a spear. It's not about fighting. It's not about forcing issues. It's not about moving forward. It's about finding that inner tranquility. There's a planet over here in the horizon. And that's time, isn't it? Time on Earth is going to be different to time on any other planet in our solar system, in the universe. And that's where time's an illusion. Time is, you know, a 24-hour day for us. the sun moving around the planet, but it moves around the planet differently on other planets, on other planets in the galaxy, in the solar system. So it's all an illusion. But here's the gorilla contemplating another planet, the illusion that comes with it. But it's doing that with peace, in peace, working and understanding that, well, time is an illusion. It's our reality here. It's not a reality on any other planet. But the gorilla's contemplating. But they're also telling, my guides are also telling me here that it's, put down your shield, put down your spear. Let's just find that place of peace and contemplate and imagine other horizons, other places, doing things differently, living differently. There's a lot for you to consider here, my lovely Virgo. How do you want to do things differently? Are you imagining another reality? Do you want to create that reality? So there's going to be a lot of thoughts going through your head in February, a lot of processing. Let's have a look at creating the Celtic cross, my lovely Virgo. There's a lot of questions being posed here. Things to consider. Things to contemplate. About maintaining that peace and tranquility as well. What have we got? I'm going to draw a card from my Wild Unknown because I want to know as well what energy is coming through for you. We've got that wonderful strength that is the gorilla energy, but you don't need to use force. You don't need to use force in your forward movement. Okay, so what have we got? You've got the Queen of Earth, and I love that. The Queen of Earth, there's a practicality that's called for here. A practicality of you sitting in your own energy. You sitting in your own knowing, your own security, your own self, being comfortable in your own skin. There's a sure-footedness and strength that as soon as February comes, it's like this peace, this, call in the gorilla energy, this peaceful energy, this grounded energy, this practicality, this sense of knowing how you're going to be moving forward. It's crossed with the star, and the star energy is wish upon a star, but it's also one of let's look at things in different perspectives. Stars are really high in the sky, and so you can look at things in very different perspectives. But it's really interesting that, you've got the gorilla with other planets, and we talked about other planets. And then you've got the stars, the galaxy, the universe, stars in the sky. So there's a lot to do with astral levels, let's say. It's about self-exploration. It's about wishing upon a star. It's about looking at things in different perspectives, in a different way. All the different perspectives that are there for you, not being fixed on one particular perspective. But what are your inner desires? You've got those wishes, but there's a practicality and a strength about your bringing those in. So it's a month of really being able to bring into your reality what you're seeking. You've also got the 8 of air, and the 8 of air is about rising above any conflict, rising above anything that's going to rattle you, any thought processes that are going to keep you bound and keep you stuck, rising above that, not overthinking things, but really sitting in your own peace. You can think about things, but in a peaceful way. Don't get caught up. And it's also about keeping your thoughts in the now, in the present, not running ahead, not chasing ahead. So however you're feeling now, whatever it is you want to uncover at this particular point, then that's what you uncover. That's what you do. I like that. You've also got the 5 of air. And I feel like I want to say to you that there are going to be those around you that do want to rattle your cage. They're going to trigger you. There's triggers there for you. Something that's going to, there's someone or people around you, a situation, it could be a situation as well, that's going to try and break your peace, try and break your balance. And it really is about tapping into your inner strength here, tapping into the inner strength and keeping your balance. Now, if this situation is a work situation and you can remove yourself from it, then remove yourself from it. I feel like there's going to be someone that's going to trigger you in February, in week 2 of February. I feel like there's some sort of triggers, and I feel like I want to say March. I feel like it's going to it will repeat itself in March, but that remains to be seen, doesn't it? Let's have a look at that. So there's someone that's going to stir the pot for you, and so it's about maintaining your balance. Look at this: maintaining your balance, maintaining your peace, being able to rise above any conflict. If there's arguments, I feel like if there's someone arguing around you, don't get involved. Remove yourself from it. Remove yourself from any arguments, any unpleasant situations. Don't get involved. Don't have an opinion. But because I feel like someone's going to try and hook you in, pull you into something that really is not for you. It doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to you. It's not for you. You need to stay focused on where you're headed and what you're doing and what changes you're wanting to make, what your timeline looks like. You've got the Ace of Water as well. This is a new emotional way of being. There's an emotional turning point for you. There's an emotion, and that is brought about by that meditation and that peace and that balance. The more balanced and peaceful you are, the stronger that change is going to be. That if you're looking for a romantic partner, this is the month to do it. Maybe week 2 to 3, go out and mingle and open up your heart. But I feel like this is a lot to do with your healing. You're opening up your heart. You're finding that inner peace. You're finding that intuition around you. Your cup runneth over. There's a lot of goodness. Here's this card from the Wild Unknown. They're telling me to use it now. With your soul searching, working on your shadow self, there's an upward movement. There's an upward movement. You're moving through difficulties. You're releasing the past and you're moving towards your future. Working on your shadow, working on your subconscious, working on your fears, whatever it is for you. Finding that peace is really going to balance you out. I feel like in February, I want to say to you that things are just going to be moving you forward. There's a forward movement here. Important to maintain your balance, important not to get hooked up into other people's arguments or displeasures or people that are trying to hook you in, are trying to trigger you, are trying to trigger you. It will bode well because as the month progresses, you've got the 3 of Cups, which is celebrations, successes. You're going to start seeing progress. So week 3 of February, there's sort of progress, or there's things falling into place for you. There's celebrations. It could be a social life. It could be going out, something that brings you a lot of joy, a lot of celebrating. You've got the Ace of Cups as well. So there's some emotional turning point here. If you're feeling weighted down, there's a lightness that comes about as February progresses. And that's got a lot to do with maintaining your peace and harmony. That's really important here as well, my lovely Virgo. You've got the 6 of air, and this is forward movement. You're going from one way of being to a new way of being. So I feel like you're moving into a new timeline. You're moving into a new reality. You're moving into something that you're creating. It can also be staying in exactly the same situation that you're in, but your perception changes with the star. You've got the star card, a change in perception. Could be your change in perception creates changes in your reality. Always remember, my lovely Virgo, when you change within, your reality changes without. But first, you've got to work on you, on what's going on within you. When you work on yourself, your perception changes, and so your reality changes, and how people communicate with you and react to you and talk to you is different as well. But the work's got to be done within first, and that actually sees you transitioning, moving out of a situation, moving into a better situation. It could be to do with work, it could just be to do with this spiritual movement, you know, with this change of attitude, with this change of reality. It gives you a new reality, a change in perspective. Absolutely. Because what that also leads to is the Four of Air, which is taking some time out, self-reflection, going for walks, doing something nice for yourself. Take half an hour out of your day to go and do something nice. Have a break. Do something that you think, oh, I feel so much better. So it's about doing something for yourself. Nurturing yourself, finding that time out away from distractions so that you can sort through what you want to do. Who's selling a house? There's a house sale. There's also a promotion for someone, something new coming. There's something new coming. I want to say to you too, I feel like there's something coming through the, isn't that funny, coming through the mail. Now, who posts letters these days? I don't know. Maybe it's coming through an email, but there's something, a message or a letter or an email, something is coming to you quite quickly in February that is going to be quite significant to you. It's going to come through. You're going to look at it and think, oh, that's interesting. It could be, you know how you sometimes get these ads or these emails where they're selling something, or there's a course, or there's something that comes through. Pay attention, because there's something that you're going to sit up and go, oh, that's interesting. I might try that. It opens up a new door, because there's new doors opening up for you, Virgo. You've also got the Nine of Air. The Nine of Air, I want to say to you, don't overthink things. Don't overthink things, because that's going to get you stuck. Stay out of the overthinking. Because I feel like you go round and round and round in your head. So if you're getting stuck, if you can't make a choice, you can't make a decision, know that you're overthinking things. Get back into your heart chakra, get back into your intuition. Look at things practically. You're an earth sign. Look at things practically. Line things up. Okay, let's bring it into the now. Always with the Nine of Air, it's that sort of anxiety and that sort of overthinking. It's because you're projecting into the future. Bring it back into the now. February is going to be very important for you to deal with 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, as you go. Live in the now. You've also got justice. So there's some sort of fairness and balance that's coming through for you in February. Things are going to come into alignment. It could also mean that this is also the card of legalities. It could be signing a lease, settlement of a will. It could be signing a contract. It could be, I don't know, signing some sort of document. There's that sort of legal dealings, but it's also about bringing your life into alignment. There's a fairness here. If it's to do with work, you're getting paid what you are worth at work. You might be going for a promotion, you get that. There's a fairness. It's going to be a really good outcome that comes out of this at the end of February as well. It's a really interesting month, my lovely Virgo. Really interesting month. There's choices and decisions here for you to make. There's a new timeline that's opening up here for you. So there's a shift. How great that shift is going to be is totally up to you as to how much you want to embrace it, how much you want to bring in. But the changes that are coming about do move you forward, do move you on to better places, better situations, a better way of being, a better way of living. Maintain your balance. Maintain your peace and harmony always. That's going to be very important. You've got 2 cards, Divine Abundance, 2 cards from that deck. Let's have a look at, oh, it's interesting. True Offering. You've got True Offering, my lovely Virgo. True Offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love, the Ace of Cups, and returns it to love. releasing the past and moving into the future, changing timelines. And then you've got gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Gratitude, living in the now, having thanks for what you have. Fabulous. I love that, my lovely Virgo. It's an exciting month. It's an interesting month. A month of perceptions. A month of perceptions. Don't waste time. Really get in there and do what you need to do. So there's no, there is a bit of, you can do some nice things for yourself, but really get to work with what you need to do. Okay, many blessings to you. If you'd like to book a private reading, then make sure you visit my website and book a reading from there. Blessings to you, my lovely Virgo.